The great Nat King Cole. People have a tendency, because of his golden voice, that honey voice they say that he had and awarded he had. People forget that he was a band leader long before he started singing. He didn't sing in the beginning, and he was an incredible jazz pianist. And people have a tendency to either not know it, or sort of leave it out. He was an incredible jazz pianist. But there was a time in musical history where everybody wanted to be him. Ray Charles wanted to be Nat King Cole. Oh, here's a guy. I got this from him personally, and I've seen it in interviews also. The great Chuck Berry. He wanted to be Nat King Cole too. A lot of people don't know that the man who's in the standing with Little Richard, probably for the king of rock and roll, wanted to be a jazz player. His first love was jazz. He loved jazz. But unfortunately, the music that he was playing, that combination of rhythm and blues and country, that gumbo that he had put together and was playing all around the areas, was making him the money. And it eventually landed him into Chess Records, and history was made. But yeah, everybody at one time wanted to be Nat King Cole. Now, I'm going to do a song from Nat, but I'm going to tell you about it. Nat's father was a minister, and he gave a sermon in his church once that got Nat's attention. It was a old, what they call an old black folk tale, but I've traced it straight back to Africa. I'll do a show on that one of these days. About the buzzard, a buzzard who, unlike most vultures, he didn't want to sit around and wait for people to die, or for creatures to die. He decided he had a plan. He started a scenic view business. Now I'm putting more into it than I was. But let me stick to the basics. He convinced the creatures around this, all of these creatures, the coons and the squirrels and rabbits and whatever, that he would give them a ride in the air. They've never been up there. They could see everything from up there. And once he convinced them to get on his back, then he did. He took them for a ride in the air. And as soon as he got high enough, he flipped over and they fell off. And then he came down and had a snack. Not a bad idea if you're in the business he's in, waiting for something to die. Come on, think about it. He wasn't, technically, he still wasn't eating until the food had died. So he was within the margin of error there somewhere. But once he made a mistake. He gave a ride to the monkey. And the monkeys, being, somewhat intelligent, put the trick on the vulture, the buzzard. Here's Nat King Cole's Straighten Up and Fly Right. The buzzard took the monkey for a ride in the air. The monkey thought everything was on the square. The buzzard tried to throw the monkey off his back. The monkey grabbed him by the neck and said, "Hey, listen, Jack. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and go right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. The buzzer told the monkey, you are choking me. Release your hold and I will set you free. The monkey looked the buzzer right dead in the eye. He said, your story's so convincing, it's gotta be a lie. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and go right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. He said, come on now. Ain't no use in jiving. Ain't no use in diving, cause I got you by the neck. If I go down, you go down. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Hey! Nat King Cole. I'm doing a show today, well, on this thing, with a lady named Taylor P. Collins. Miss Collins is an old friend of mine that I used to run into at blues festivals when I was playing. I would always see her name on the bill also, and we hadn't seen each other in many years because I've been in semi-retirement now, and since I moved out of Monterey, I hadn't been down in that area. But anyway, she contacted me through a Facebook page, which is new to me, and I'm just really starting to get into that. Told me she was be performing at the Embassy Suites in Seaside, California, which is basically Monterey. And I told her, I said, you know what, it's been so long since I've seen you, I'm going to come down. And then I asked her if she wanted to be on my show, on my podcast. And she said, I would love to. So there you go. I show up down there, and man, she is something. I viewed the interview because I'm putting the music on now. I screwed up down there, and I had to take the music out. Anyway, it's too long a story. But one of the things that I realized when I listened back to my thing, I made one, I try to keep everything factual. I made 1 2-year difference, I think it was, in this thing I talk about going to the bootleggers' houses and playing with the blues guys' guitars. And I said three. That was when I started in this music thing, but I must have been somewhere around school age then. I would say 5 or 6. So anyway, with that little correction, let's get into this interview with Miss Taylor P. Collins. I did it yesterday, so you'll be getting it now. And like I say on the thing, go to YouTube and listen to this lady, okay? So let's go to yesterday. Let's go to yesterday. Okay, I want to take just a brief second here. If you want to help support me, please hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and do a favor, share this with your friends from you, okay? Sort of help to get the word out. This will help me greatly. Thank you so much. Okay, this is Alligator in Alignment. Today I'm in the Embassy Suites in Seaside, California. I haven't been here for a while. Wonderful place. But I just got my Facebook page going.
What's up, Taylor? How's it going? All right.
This is
okay.
Bill
Yeah.
Ayrton's guitar
How you
player.
doing, my friend?
All right.
Alligator.
All right, Alligator.
Yes,
Nice
indeed.
name,
Yes,
man.
indeed. Yeah.
So, all right, I'll go set up and
Oh, cool.
check it out.
All righty.
All right, hey.
So anyway, I just got my Facebook page going, and I got a message from Taylor. I hadn't seen her in some matter of years. She told me she was going to be here at this place, and I said to myself, I haven't seen her in so long. I got to go down.
Oh, right on.
So
right.
I drove down from San Leandro, where I live now, and I've been on several blues festivals with Taylor through the years, and I've been following her. And before we get started, I want you guys to do one thing. Go on YouTube and look up Taylor P. Collins. You will be in for a treat. Now, Taylor, you say you're working on a new CD.
Yes. It's being produced right now. Mixed and produced. And as I said, I'm working with Tony Saunders on that. And he's incredible. As a matter of fact, he's got a new CD out now. It's doing very well on the charts. And he's doing a great job for us. And we're hopefully going to be finished here soon, so we can go ahead and get it out to the public. But he thought it was a great project. He doesn't just take anybody on.
Yes.
So when he took me, I was just very blessed and honored that he felt that way. So I can't wait to hear the finished product.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait to.
I can't, really. So,
You know, Taylor is, they call her a jazz singer and they call her a blues singer, but she has her own term for your music.
I call it smooth blues.
Smooth blues.
Yes,
Hey.
Blend
Okay.
them both. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yes, indeed.
I'll take one too more.
Okay.
I didn't think
So you're gonna.
Pam, do they have a wireless? Okay.
You know, you probably don't need wireless here. Because you're only going to be able to go so far.
Oh,
Do you want me to just tell them a mic with a long cable?
long cable.
Got it.
Okay, yeah, we're getting some stuff ready for the show here. Where were we now?
We were talking about the CD.
Yeah, and when is the release date? Do you
I was
have
hoping for like possibly the end of next month, but I'll know a little bit more about that. But
Yeah, I know how those
yeah,
things
because
work.
we've had a few delays. A lot of he had some technical issues with the studio, but we worked through those things, and so now it's just a matter of him just getting on and just finishing it up.
I'd be interested to know, when did you get started in this music thing?
Well, probably when as a kid. My mom was a musician. She was also
There you go.
a keyboardist, and she was also the choir director and organist, pianist for the church. And we would always, at home, we had a piano at home, and she would get us sit down and play, and we'd sing, and just great. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't get much better than that. And then as I got older, I decided, after seeing Ike and Tina Turner and some of these other ones out here, I decided I wanted to do that. And the very first, talent show that I participated in was up on campus, Ohio State University, so from Columbus, and I did "Ooh Baby Baby," Smokey Robinson. I was so nervous. Alligator, I could feel my knees knocking. I could feel my knees knocking. And finally, after I calmed down a little bit, they liked it. And I actually won some money. I'm going, okay. But that was an experience.
That makes a difference, there.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
I
does.
tell people when I started, I was 3 years old. At the bootleggers' houses out in the country,
Oh, we know about those.
They would have these bluesmen come by. John Lee Hooker used to come by, Lightning Hopkins, and all these guys. And I'm 3 years old, but I love the whole music thing.
Uh-huh.
And every time they would leave their instruments to take a break, I'd go over and start messing with their guitars. They'd come over and slap me upside the head. Leave my guitar alone, boy. But the one time that a band asked me to join them, because I was this cute little kid.
Mm-hmm.
When you, like my son, when you got a cute little kid, you got an end.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm singing and I'm jumping
well, he's got a
around.
handsome daddy.
I'm singing and jumping around. I got this little guitar I'm playing. And when I finished my song, they threw money on this stage, and I said to myself, "Oh boy!"
Oh, here we go.
I said, "This is for me." I said, I'm not going to be shoveling horse buckets, on the farm and ranch, that was the stuff. I'm not going to be shoveling the horse bucket and plowing those mules. I'm going into this.
I hear you.
And you've toured Europe at one point.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
no.
No, I haven't.
Because I was telling somebody, I said, I run into Taylor at Blues Festival in the country, and I probably ran into her in Europe or something.
No, I haven't been there yet. But once this,
you'll get there.
yeah, once this CD is done, I have a lady who is very well known and very much sought after PR person in LA. And I spoke with her, and she's very willing to take me on as soon as this is done. And there's also a booking agent, an international booking agent there that they're related to my producer, actually. And I'm going to be talking to them and submitting the CD to a record label that has been recommended to me. So things are happening.
That is great. I'm so happy for you, because people need to hear your music. I mean, my goodness. Once again, Taylor P. Collins on YouTube.
Lots of stuff out there.
Lots of stuff out there. Okay. So, and you say you have some upcoming gigs or some gigs
Yeah,
that may come up.
we're going to be in December. We're going to be in Redwood City at Club Fox. That's
At Club Fox in
awesome.
Redwood City. Redwood City people, remember that. Club
Yes,
Fox.
indeed.
And what's the date?
Pretty soon, December 18th.
December 18th.
And then I'll have a couple more dates here. We're going to be up in Portland and Astoria, doing a couple things.
Oh, Portland. I did the
And,
Portland Waterford Blues Festival. Great.
That's a blast. I
Oh,
did
oh,
it with
yes.
some friends of mine.
Oh,
That
yes.
was a blast.
That
Yeah.
was my son's first professional job. He was 3 years old too. I put him on stage, and he couldn't play guitar at that time, but I strung a little acoustic guitar around his neck. I said, "Donnie, just bang on it. Don't worry about it." And sing, When he finished singing, when we were walking around, there were a dozen people following him around the fairground wanting his autograph.
Oh my God.
And I said, "Leave the kid alone. He can't write."
How funny. How
But yeah, the
funny.
Portland, Oregon Blues Festival is wonderful. So we're going to keep our eyes open for you. Are you going to be doing? Once the CD gets out, then you'll know more.
I'll know more exactly what I'm going to be doing.
And what kind of things are you doing on your CD?
Original stuff and about 3 cover tunes. One of the cover tunes was written by dear friend Scotty Wright. You know Scotty.
I remember.
Yes, he gave me permission to do my take on his song. It came out very nice. And my son, Jeff Story, lost him 2 years ago. And he and I were collaborating, so there's 3 of the tunes that we collaborated on that are on there. And some of the rest of them that I wrote. And I just want the world to hear that, to hear him.
No,
and
it's drastic. You never think as a parent.
Yeah, I heard you earlier. Yeah.
It's drastic. So, but you got his music.
Yes, I do.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
And as long as you got that, he's always close.
Yes, he is. And sometimes he's too close. I actually have his ashes on my desk. Plus, I talk to him every day because we had a lot of loss in our family since 2018. My mom, my grandmother, my brother, my sister's husband, my son-in-law, my bass player, and a guitar player since 2018.
Oh boy.
And it's just, I don't know how to, that's just something that's still kind of raw for me right now, you know. But it's, oh Lord, that just stops me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
I know we shouldn't have gone in that direction because I know all these things that well up.
They just come.
Yes.
And but it's all good though. It's all good.
Now the thing here starts at 1 o'clock. I think. What time is it now?
Oh, about 20 after.
20 after 1?
12.
Oh,
So
good.
I got to go finish getting. I go put my
Fixing to say.
overtop up. Yeah.
So, so many African American people who are entertainers, they all come out of the church. You know, that's the springboard, so to say. And I've been threatening to put out a gospel album. I'm not a real Christian, but I have Christian leanings. I grew up in Christian leadership, and I've been threatening to put out a gospel album because I really love gospel music. And of course, you know, doing the Alligator style thing is going to be a whole different thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But what advice do you have for young people who are thinking about getting into music?
First, that's a good question. First thing you need to do, you got to make sure that that's really what you want to do, because
It's tough.
It is extremely tough. And if you don't have thick skin, and if you don't have a big enough why as to why you want to do this business, it'll just become a hobby. You know, but you got to really, you know, believe in yourself, believe in your music, and be willing to fight for it. You know, always wanted to have 3 horns in my band. We started off with just a 4-piece rhythm section, and I always wanted horns. Once I got them, it was like, we ain't going back.
We're on the same page, dog. Yes,
We ain't going back. And that's hard. And those musicians don't just come. It's a process. You will meet musicians at whatever level you get a referral, that's the level of musician you're going to be. So the higher you go up that ladder, the better those referrals get. And your music just starts to take on a whole nother life of its own, because people are interpreting it a little bit differently. And the other thing is that you got to, you can't really depend on a lot of people in this business. I mean, there are some you can, and you got to work to find those too. You know, but just stay true to yourself, and you don't have to walk over somebody's back to get to where you're going. You don't. I have no tolerance for that. I have no tolerance for that. You get there on your own merits, and if you're good enough and you feel you're good enough and someone else sees you that's in a position to help you and they think you're good enough, you're almost there. You're just about there. But just don't give up on yourself, and be sure, be sure that is what you want to do.
Oh yes, because it is
It can be
tough.
brutal.
It is.
And
it
there
is
are
tough.
some snakes out there. Trust and believe.
Yes, indeed. There's a wonderful side to the music business, and there's a dark underbelly.
Oh, tell me. Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
some of the music that I recorded and did very well over the airwaves, all over the world. I never received. I got chicken feet.
I hear you.
You know,
I hear you.
but you know, I was young. I didn't understand the business, and I would sign whatever people put in front
That's
of me.
the other thing. Educate yourself.
Educate yourself. Yes, indeed.
Educate yourself to the business side of music.
You know, all of the guys who started with us, Little Richard, you know, all of us guys like that, ended up getting ripped off. Chuck Berry was the smart one. Chuck was smart. Nobody could rip Chuck off. Chuck was the smart one. In fact, when Chuck first recorded Maybelline, Alan Freed ended up putting his name on the record. He said he would play it, but he had to have his name on it. Well, Chuck eventually, that lasted for years, but Chuck eventually sued him and got his name off of his record. There's a bunch of snakes in the business. But if you want to be a musician, you got to realize that you got to be willing to suffer.
Oh yes.
Because
and sacrifice.
Yes, you got to be willing to suffer and sacrifice, because your hunger to do music has to be stronger than anything else.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And if you're one of those people, you can't do anything else. You know,
For real.
It's not like you have a choice.
No,
you
for
know?
real. It's It's a wonderful world, though. It's a wonderful.
Oh yes,
world.
yes.
It
yes.
really is, and I enjoy playing music. I love entertaining. I love getting people involved in what I'm doing, because you don't just go up there and get on stage and just stand there, play your music, and go home. You got to get people involved.
Yes, yes.
They will remember you. They will remember
That's the
you,
secret. Yes.
and they will want to come and see you because the way you make them feel.
Yes.
Yes. And it's just remember all of that stuff. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it is a lot.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, you have to have a good time yourself, and that emanates from
It does.
you.
It radiates everywhere.
I've been doing these senior retirement homes quite a lot the last several years, and I was playing it at this one place in San Jose, and several places I played. These 3 guys would come, and they never would say anything to me. They would stand over and just stare at me at these different places. And it was sort of a little bit unsettling, but I went on and did my thing. And one day I was packing up, and a guy came over, started walking over to me. I said, okay, now I'm going to see what this guy's all about. He came over and he said, Alligator, how long you been doing this senior thing? And I said, a few years. He said, okay, that's it. He says, us guys, we've been doing this for 40 years, and we decided you need some advice. I said, I need some advice. Give it to me.
I hear you.
He said, Alligator, you don't have to do what you do. He said, you come in here, you're playing the violin, you're playing the accordion, you're playing the mandolin, you're playing the guitar, and you're just doing all this wild, you're running all over the place and doing all this, sweating like a pig. He said, you don't have to do that. In this business, you come, you get a bar stool, you sit with an acoustic guitar, and you go, you are my sunshine, my only. And I looked at him and I said, you know what? Thank you for your advice. I said, but the reason I do what I do is because my thing about music is the very first thing that I have to be concerned about is me. I have to have a good time.
I hear you.
And if I'm having a good time, it's contagious.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes,
I said, so no, I'm never going to sit there and just go, blah, blah. And he did. He said, and after you finish, you go pick up your money. I said, see, you're after the money. I'm after the feeling.
That's a mercenary.
Yes. So anyway, we're gonna wrap this up here right now. You said you live in
Oh, Citrus Heights.
Citrus Heights. Oh, that's right. That's in this
Sacramento
Elk
area.
Grove area.
Yeah, well, we're about 40 minutes from Elk Grove.
Yeah. Because I'm going to put this up, but I'd like to do another one with you.
Sure.
Sometime.
Sure.
Yeah. Because I want to. I'd like to talk about your childhood and all this.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we're gonna put this up, and I started this thing without the music, but when I go home tonight, I'm gonna put the music into it. This is Taylor P. Collins, a dear friend of mine. Once again, go to YouTube and listen to her music, and send me some comments about it on the Alligator in Alignment podcast.
Awesome.
Okay, and there are certain people, if you've been following me, there are certain people that I do several shows with because of who and what they are. She's one of these people. I'm going to be doing another one with her. We're going to talk about her childhood, because I like to talk about my childhood too.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? The people who inspired you, and everything. So we're going to get into all of that next time. This is Alligator in Alignment. Before we go, we have to tell people, please get up off your rusty dusty and make sure you're registered to vote.
I second that.
I'm not going to get on this thing, but if you have been paying attention, democracy is teetering. It's teetering.
We're on the brink, folks.
And if a certain person gets in office again, we will never have another election.
And that's been said. It's been documented.
Yes. And as much as people demonize what's Hillary Clinton, when she was running with him, She said during an interview, if you let that man get in the office, he's a narcissist. He doesn't care about anybody but himself.
That's right.
And she said, way back then, she says, and if he gets in office, when it's time for him to leave, he's not going to
not
want to
leaving.
leave. And she was right on the bell about that. So once again, this is my friend Taylor P. Collins. This is Alligator in Alignment. I'm going to have this up in a couple of days. Right now it's Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday. Yes, the 25th. So Monday or Tuesday, this will be up.
Awesome.
Taylor P. Collins, this is Alligator in Alignment. I'm going to say goodbye to y'all right now. Bye-bye.
Bye.